It's 11:34. You are listening to the mid-morning talk on Salam Media with Maria Mukwanda. I'm going to be chatting to Sister Zaytoona Mabena, who is the managing director of Methodist Wattville Outreach Program, and we're going to be talking about the importance of humanitarian work in disadvantaged communities, and also what the Wattville community are getting up to. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister Zaytoona, shukran for joining me.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you for having me.
All right, Sister Zaytoona, a Wattville, or rather Methodist Wattville Outreach, has been operating for almost 20 years now. Tell us about its history. When did it start? How did it start, etc.?
Methodist Workville Outreach started around 2003. How it started is because of another founder, what we have, who is late now in Nigeria, Sister Farida Kama, who also was a former nurse, former midwifery. And the organization was, the need was to render primary service in the communities because of that time there was this HIV AIDS that came in. People were sickly at home, and she had that passion and love of taking care of people at homes. Then we then initiated the move, and then we started the organization. Then we had people who were volunteering, going to communities. At the same time, we had elder people who also were infected and affected by HIV, who were coming to the organization where we were offering them only breakfast food.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the programs that the organization runs on a daily basis?
Come again, ma'am?
What are some of the programs that the organization runs on a daily basis?
Yes, the first one is the one that is, it was first a VCT, it went to HTS, and now it is to HCT, now it is an HTS, which is testing and treating services, HIV testing and treating services. That is a project, a program that is operating daily, whereby
Mm-hmm.
the team calls out to the communities, pitch the tent, do to door testing people for HIV, but start them because since now there's COVID-19, they screen them for COVID, and then they give them those tests. Should they find that one of the person or a client is HIV positive, we've got another person who is our linkage officer, linkage to care. That person will take those people straight to a clinic where the clinic that will be chosen by the person, because of we know that in our communities there's a lot of challenges regarding the clinics whereby people are not treated good. Others, they expect things that also these nurses they cannot offer due to also they are running understaffed. So then they will be given the same treatment unless a client has got TB, maybe needed to be treated at TB first, and then you can roll out the ARVs, and then until the client is on the stable mode or situation. The second
Mm-hmm.
one is when you have elderly people in the center that they come every day in the morning, they leave in the afternoon. We offer them breakfast and lunch. Their activities is to exercise, is to the gym also. We've got a gym in the organization that also was donated the machines for gym. They do exercise, they enter a competition of also offer music, and the others that they like to sew. But currently our machines for sewing are broken and we don't have them, so they just come and play, and they've got their own gathering corners where they discuss their issues, their challenges, and they take care of each other. Almost, I can say this is more like a daycare for elderly people. Then we've
Mm-hmm.
got another program where we cook houses, where we're taking care of the elderly people, where we bath them, make sure that we clean some of the houses, and then some other thing is to maybe go and buy for the cause or the things that they minimum basic things that they need. Whereas there are other family members are not at home, like going to work or being at school, and also collect their medication from the clinic, drop it to them at home. But also in the site, we are constantly visited monthly by a mobile clinic from remotely to assist our elderly not to go and queue in the clinics. They currently, as I speak now, we have it today. They are taking their medication. They check their BP. They're checking all their, they're examining them. Whoever who's eligible is referred to the doctor immediately. And then the other program is to trace. What are we tracing? We're tracing mostly the clients that are dropping out on their medication. Others, it could be maybe they are so vulnerable they don't have food because of other treatments. You can't take them if you are not eating. So those people, they trace them and then put them back into system. They try to assist them with the food parcels, but organization doesn't have training funds to get resources. We try and negotiate with other people that have at the time, and then we give it to them. But now further there, sometimes it becomes a challenge. And there is another one we call detenting. The detenting is all those clients that are taking treatment to the clinic. Once they can see that a client X is constantly taking treatment correctly, it's not they're defaulting, those ones they take into the decanting process, which means they can come and it calls a pickup point. They just go there and take their medication and go home. We are also a pickup point as an organization. We're working closely with a Litabong clinic that is next to us. So, and then the other program is that we're keeping condoms in the organization, so that those who need them can access them and use them in order to prevent HIV and AIDS to increase in our areas and in our communities. I think I've counted all the programs that we have. And then in addition, we have trainings that we give to communities. We also get it from HWC, where we offer them the trainings, maybe HIV, AIDS, HIV services, and any other things like your management, any skills that is needed by the community. Currently, we just concluded a program where we're offering like 24 people license and learners and learners in driver's license, which means 4 of them were given licenses, and 10 of them were given both license and the learners, and 10 of them were given the learners. So those are the programs that we have.
Oh, mashallah. Now, since starting, how has the organization been received by the community, and how has the community benefited from Methodist Wattville outreach program?
We are welcome in the communities, and we have their support. We have in a way that we have benefited a support where we are now. Actually, if I can go back, the organization of Methodist was started in the premises of Methodist Church that is in Koma in Wattville. But due to politics, that day we had to be expelled, and we were vulnerable with the place. But the community supported us for us to be able to come and pitch our structure in the old premises of a police station where we are now, through the support of the community. Even if the person who's occupying the place was not welcoming on us, but we got a lot of support because they know that our services are needed to them, then they supported us. And how they're benefiting? They're benefiting, one, if we have the trainings, the first people that we do is to recruit them. Also, if we have a project that needs to employ people, the first people that we recruit is the community, the ones that are workable distance. Because remember, most of the programs and the project that we have, the salary or the stipend that they get is not good enough for a person to travel. So if they are workable distance, and also they take the ownership of the community challenges, it's then we happen to recruit them. And also they also benefit in terms of the anything that is happening. Like for instance, if there's like now there was this gender there was this solidarity fund that was giving organizations a certain amount to run. So we managed to pick up a lot of women in the area that were having challenges, and they benefited a lot on that program. So generally, it helps a lot in all the programs that we have to be able to assist and uplift the lifestyle of the communities. But it's not only Wattville. We are working we also support Actionville. We also support Mackenzie. We also support Davidson. We also support Katema. We also support Litchfield, Kingsway, actually most of the areas between the east and north Ekurhuleni sub-district.
All right, mashallah. I'd like to talk about how the organization is sustainable, how the organization is managing to stay afloat, considering all the work that you are doing and have been doing. And as you mentioned, you are serving Ekurhuleni East, Ekurhuleni East 1 and 2, Ekurhuleni North 2. So how does the organization gets its funding? How do you stay afloat? How do you survive?
Alhamdulillah, shukran. Let me say, let me acknowledge that we were having this constant relationship between us and the Department of Social Services that is subsidizing for all the programs that we do for elderly, and also the programs of HIV and AIDS that is funded by Department of Health. However, the funding is at a very minimal. Like if we compare it as an organizational need, it's like more or less 30%. So previously, up until last year, I think September, we had an organization from 2016 that was named Oram Institute. So Oram Institute, through the work that we've been doing and the recognition of the communities, they were directed to us that if they want to work, this is the organization that they work with. So that organization came and closed a lot of gaps, because as we currently speak, there's a structure that we have inserted here in these premises. We are assisted by them. The area, we can't even access electricity. They managed to give us a solar system. And also we having a combi, we've got cars that we use for transporting our patients. Because some people in the community, they just knock and say, I don't have money to go to hospital, can you please transport me? So we although it's not a scope of the funding that we give, but we do, hence we are saying that they were assisting in terms of additional services that are needed by the community. And currently, as we speak, it is very difficult, because as we speak now, Department of Social Health, we haven't received funding since we received the funding in March. We are still waiting for funding. We haven't received it. We've been at least managed to continue with the programs, although it's not easy, by asking and assistance there and there and try to manage it so that people cannot not to access the services, and also for our people to continue coming out and pitch the tent. And as I speak currently, we have a lot of debt in terms of petrol, because we were working with the VP garage in Wattville, where when we have a lot of money, we just deposit so that when we want to put petrol, we can able to go there and access the petrol. But currently, because the funds are all over a challenge due to the situation of the COVID-19, and the funds were reduced. It's a lot of things that I don't know actually how to explain that. We are surviving, yes, by the mercy of Allah, but currently we are running at a minus each and every day. And we have already now started to embark on fundraising, which is going to be a gala dinner on the 30th of July, where we'll be trying to at least fundraise organizations. Prior to that, we wanted to have a fun walk that was supposed to be happening this weekend. But the unfortunate part is that when we were engaging and trying to get to the doors, we realized that the door that we're going to is the last one, the one that has shuttered everything down, that we cannot come in because of the things that we need to put in place. So this one also is cancelled. That makes us more, to be more in minus and in challenges of funds.
All right, Sister Zaytoona, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, you'll tell us more about the fundraising projects that people can get involved in, inshallah. Please stay with us.
Okay.
For a long time, we've lived in a centralized world where institutions held the all-important data and confirmed all transactions. Those times are over. Welcome to Libertas Group, a blockchain developing company boasting an ecosystem that continually redefines the way we do business. Our blockchain is decentralized, making it immune to hacking or alteration, putting the power back in your hands with no middleman so you can focus on the growth of your business. Libertas, the simplest investment choice you'll make.
This Eid, many refugees will be unable to afford meat to feed their families. That's why the Al-Imdad Foundation's Fresh Cut Kurbani project allows you to share your sheep with Syrian and Palestinian refugees and other needy families. Share your Kurbani for 3,650 Rand, which includes slaughter, slicing, packing and distribution under the personal supervision of the Al-Imdad Foundation's team. Share your Kurbani today. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.
With so many investment options today, it's only natural that you might feel a little confused which route to take. Should I buy shares or should I invest in gold bullion? Randery Jewelers now brings you the Zahab coin, an alternative to the Kruger Rand. The Zahab coin, a solid wealth protector in its purest form of 24-karat gold, is the safest way to protect your wealth. So don't just sit there and watch your paper money depreciate. Change to gold. Call Randery Jewelers now at 031-202-4701 or visit www.rjcoin.co.za, situated at 151 Essenwood Road, Musgrave, Durban. Randery Jewelers, the family name you can trust.
Perform your Kurbani with Sanzaf and earn extra rewards as 15 Rand from every Kurbani will be given towards the Sanzaf Masjid Waqf. Africa, 750 Rand, and locally 1,980 Rand per share. Visit us at sanzaf.org.za or call us on 011 834 6046. Sanzaf, changing lives through development and relief.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
HIV stigma and prevention, gender-based violence care, elderly care, elderly home-based care, skills development training, decanting, home tracing, and more. These are only a few of the projects, of the many projects that the Methodist Wattville Outreach Program are doing. You are listening to the Mid-Morning Talk on Salam Media with me, Mari Mukwanda. Still with me is the Managing Director, Sister Zaytoona Mabena. Sister Zaytoona, shukran for staying on the line. Now, earlier on, you were telling us a little bit about the fundraising gala dinner that will be taking place. Please tell us more about it and how can people get involved?
Shukr, alhamdulillah, to that again, Mara Mukwanda, for having me. We have having this initiative of hosting a gala dinner that will be happening on the 30th of July. The venue that we managed to access and be able to get, it's the Image Lifestyle in Fortsburg, others they say Mayfair, whereby we'll be selling the tickets at 300 Rand and a table at 5,000 Rand. We also have people who will be entertaining people there that we requested them. Tarek Uwais Malinga, Hassan Mangetete, Parakatulila Jobe, Sadiq Jaile, and also Nomayeza Bui, the poet, I think. So those are the people. And also we've got Harimang from Rahima from Mabopani, and also our speaker is going to be an MC by Rahi. Those are the people that will be assisting us in running that, like in participation in running that gala dinner. The challenge that we have now, Maria, is that the area, the place needs to be paid, and also the food, and also to transport our performers. It's also a challenge because so far we've managed to send emails to the people that we think they can assist. So far there hasn't been any response, quite so. We're just still waiting and hoping by Allah Ta'ala's mercy that maybe people will respond and assist. We would like to make a shout to the community and request as much as they can assist even donating a ticket, even buying a ticket for somebody else, or offer to take part of the program and assist. It's gonna be very helpful, because of also with this gala dinner, we opt not to use everything for cost. Like, for instance, if people have to be served and things have to happen, we will be using our staff, because we are more or less 50 of us. We can use the staff in order to serve, to clean, or the venue to do things, instead of using cost to do that. And also other things that needs our hands, we're going to be hands-on, and just enjoy all those things that are beyond our hands is the one that we say we request from the community to assist us, inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen, may Allah make it a success. Now, who can we contact for details regarding the gala dinner, regarding purchasing of tickets, etc.?
Regarding the gala dinner, we have our deputy chairperson, which is Amina Rob, and the her numbers are 081 543 6592.
6592. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if anyone is interested in sponsoring or purchasing a ticket, sponsoring a ticket, booking a table for the gala dinner that will be taking place on the 30th of July 2022, you can contact Amina Rob on 081 543 6592, and all proceeds are going towards the Methodist Wattville Outreach Community Program. And with me is the Managing Director, Sister Zaytoona Mabena. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments section. But I'd like to know quickly from you, Sister Zaytoona, why is it important to get involved in humanitarian work, especially in disadvantaged communities, and especially as Muslims?
Can you repeat that question then?
Why is it important to get involved in humanitarian work, especially in disadvantaged communities and especially as Muslims?
Yeah, that is a very good question, and it's a very good thing to get involved in working with communities, because that's where you learn, that's where you understand actually how is a settlement of humans, how is behavior of people, how also to change people. And like, for instance, as me as a Muslim working, because of sometimes there's a labeling of they think that if you are a Muslim you are not accessible, you can't work with people. So seeing people like this, it also shows that we are from the religion whereby we are more of helping, we are more of caring, we are more of loving. So that's also opened up to the doors, actually, to people coming to get more information and more in knowledge, and also growing and taking, especially Muslims as humans, not Muslims, because of in most of the time when you see things happening in the TVs, and now they see Muslims as terrorists, they see Muslims as killers. But when you do this such initiatives, engaging communities, working in communities, you can show them that this is not what they see. What is good is what they can see now, that they can experience now. And also, if people can be able to engage themselves in communities, they will be able to direct their resources where exactly they are needed. Because others, they do have resources, they ended up dishing them somewhere they're not used accordingly. Then once they get to know who exactly needs resources in the community, they happen to direct them in the right way, and also they can even see the results, also how those things are happening. And also they are also welcome when they ask to come and monitor and see if their things are being used, or their sources or resources that they deploy there are used correctly, and they give the benefits as supposed to. I hope I answered the question.
Alhamdulillah. And quickly before you leave us, what would you like people to know? What is your advice to our audience?
The advent to the audience is that I would like them to come and visit. Number one, the organization. They must just come and visit anytime they want. I might be not being the first, but our admin is always here, which is Zanele, Mukhata, and also Abdul Salam. They're also always in this office. They can come and maybe get to know what is happening, get to know more, and also another thing that I would like to see happening is to see more of engagement of the community people coming and assist in the and taking the ownership of this community organization, so that they can be able to be sustainable and be able to deliver everything that is needed as a primary health that is needed in the communities.
All right. Shukran so much for your time, Sister Zaytoona, and may Allah make the gala dinner a success. May Allah make or continue
Ameen.
to bless your efforts and everything that you are doing in the
Ameen.
Ekurhuleni area with the Methodist Wattville Outreach Program. Shukran for your time.
Ameen.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
Ameen.
wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having us.
That was Sister Zaytoona Mabena, the Managing Director of the Methodist Wattville Outreach Program, talking about the importance of humanitarian work in disadvantaged communities, and also about the Wattville Methodist Outreach Program, which has been in existence for almost 20 years. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. And kudos to the good work that they are doing as a community. And for more information regarding the gala dinner taking place on the 30th of July, you can contact Sister Amina Rob on 081 543 6592. You are listening to the Mid Morning Talk on Salam Media. We will be right back.